Okay, it's the start of the month and we've got more deliveries and stuff to go through. And I need to update this too and add my 6,000 subscriber in there. I'm going to do a video about that. In any case, we are starting off with something that was for my apprentice and a little bit for me too. A kid's microscope. I've been looking in at like second-hand, like high school, the types of microscopes they use for high schools and stuff like that. Some of them are cheap, some of them have got ungodly expensive. So I thought I'll try this out and see what I can do with this and what's in the box. So I'm going to play with it and then my apprentice will get it afterwards. So let's see, we can chop that bit of tape there, this bit of tape here. I think we can just open the top up like that. Is that how it works? Sort of. These tell you there's a definite art to the way they pack these boxes sometimes. I think that will slide out. And it is blister packed. I'm curious to see what they get in the bottom, which is manual. And some pre-prepared slides. Oh, that's cool. I only thought what they had was just those little bits, but they've got a whole bunch of pre-prepared slides and a couple of tools as well. Alright, so I'll get this off and we'll give a verdict on it. Okay, so I've stuck a couple of double A's in the base. And we have a light and we have a mirror that is reflectable, and there's a I'll have to peel that little bit of stuff off that. Let's do a peel under here. There we go. It's our scratch protectant. Let's have a look at the features here. So we have a different interference or aperture selector. So there's different apertures, and then there's a green and a red one. Let's scroll through here. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, so we can scroll through all the different apertures in here. Green, red and blue, and another greenish one, and a bunch of different size apertures, which is nice. We've got some slide holds that I don't think move out of the way, but we can remove them. And we've got three different focus three different magnification lenses on here, and we've got our elevation slide in here. So I'm going to see if I can couple this to the camera, but I'm going to play with it first and see what I come up with. Alright, now this is pretty hard to see with the camera without bumping this, but this is the 1200 lens. It's a piece of glass rod on there that I didn't realise had a bit of fluff on it. So 1200 times you can see a bit of fluff on a glass rod. However, keeping a phone camera steady is a problem. I will come up with a solution for this later. Okay, we can sort of see what's going on here if I can adjust. So this is the 1200 times lens on a piece of glass rod. It is really tricky holding all of this together with my phone. Can I get the focus right with the phone? Works much better with my eyes, but this might actually be 1200 times, and you can probably see my heartbeat with this even. Pre-prep slides aren't too bad. There's all sorts of things like a bee wing and sea salt, and what else have we got in here? A couple of blank slides, a few things, so some interesting stuff to look at, and come in a reusable bag so we can put all the other accessories in there too. So I think this will be fun, and my apprentice is going to have some fun as well. Okay, so I've been away a while, and in the meantime deliveries have shown up, and internet's been down and all sorts of disasters have happened, and trains hitting trucks, and the local plaza having a fire and all sorts of things. So let's just make sure this hasn't got an incriminating barcode on it. It does, so we're going to rip this out of the bag off camera here and extract the contents, and nearly knocked my camera over in the process. This looks like syringes. Well, it sort of does when you start seeing stuff like that. This looks like this is flux. It's a flux gel, and they package it like this. This is lead-free soldering materials. Okay, I was hoping for flux for leaded solder, but yeah, this should work. This should give me something more than the tiny little bit that I have left, which this was all I had left of my flux gel, so this should last me a considerable time. So okay, this will be good. This is Chinese stuff, nothing fancy, and these bits, they give me only one nozzle. Is that correct? No, two nozzles. Okay, so at some point we'll test this out and see what it looks like, but for now it's going to stay like this. Anyway, see what else shows up. Okay, another delivery has arrived. I might not need a knife for this one. It's got the tear tab thingy on it. Let's see what's in this one. This, I think, might have been an eBay purchase. Oh no, this is something for my landlord. This is an NVMe to SATA adapter. He got a new laptop and it only had one NVMe slot and one SATA slot. So they reinstalled his old mechanical drive into the SATA slot. So we're going to try and whack an NVMe into this little holder here and hopefully install something a little faster, because he has a spare NVMe drive, and hopefully that works because it's got his entire Steam library on it. So let's see if I can open this up. I don't know, where are we? So if I twist it right, it just pops out. There we go. So we have some screws, we have our M.2 slot, and our SATA connectors here, which have got some interesting segmentations on them, but I think the contact surface is there. Alright, so this should hopefully work. It's good stuff. I will do the install later. Alright, another delivery has arrived. Not entirely sure what this one is, but I think I know what it is, and it's been sticky together quite well. So we're going to cut our way in and hope we don't destroy whatever's inside. Let's scalpel for the win here. Okay, it's in a box in a box. These look like the Bluant headset, the Bluetooth headset. This is something I cashed in a bunch of points for with my Telstra account, so we'll see what they're like. Let's take a scalpel blade and try and slice my fingers off, or more alternatively, probably not. Let's see what we've got in here. See how these go. And I'm on Streamlabs at the moment, so I might as well do this instead. Let's see how we go. We have a bunch of bits off the top. We have a USB A to C lead. Looks like a USB 2. That's fine. Probably all it needs, charging. This box has been expertly clamped onto the top. Nothing much else in there. We have a fancy pants little simulated velvet bag that says Bluant, like that's something you'd like to advertise. And we did have some speculations as to whether the microphone would be on USB-C. So it is. And that would appear to be, yes, indeed, we had to remove that to charge it. So it'll be interesting to see how these actually work. Oh, good, it is directable. And you can twist a little bit, which is good. Face the microphone hole towards the wind. And it's got a few buttons, very basic. Is the height adjustable? It is. Okay, that's good, because that will be necessary for me. And they fold fat. So we'll see how they go, because my solution to this has been modifying some work tunes Connect from 3M, which are good for hearing protection, but the problem is you hear your own voice. These might maybe make it a little different. We'll try these out. We'll get back to you in another video. See how it works. I just noticed it comes with a fluffy condom too. It's got a wind filter on the mic. That might help a lot. Alright, we have a couple of deliveries arrived. We have some 2-core double insulated wire here and some banana plug terminals. These are going to be for a project I'm working on. In any case, I'm sure more interesting things will show up, but it's good stuff all the same. Okay, it's a warm day with air conditioning in the background, and we have a couple of things arriving. I actually went and purchased one of these because the one that I had planning to be delivered, a Chinese version of this, it's taken 6 months at this point, so I went, I'll just buy one locally. This is pretty much all you get. It's a big box for a little thing. I always feel compelled to open these things correctly, even though I could just slash them open with a knife. Alright, so it feels reasonably weighty. It's an aluminium case, which is nice. A couple of Phillips head screws on the end. It would probably make it serviceable if I need to open it. But it's a nice little capture card. I'm on Discord, so yeah, I'm in the middle of doing that. I've got a HDMI lead up here. And we have, where are we? Yep, it's basically a HDMI lead, and we bought a nice little $25 webcam. I have a Microsoft HD 3000 that I set in resin many years ago. I've been using that in one of my webcam arrays, and it's fuzzy, which is annoying. So we're going to open the box here and see what we get for our 25 bucks. Apparently this is only 720p. There's a manual for it. There's a little clip thing. And a little, there we go, there's the rest of our webcam in here. Peel all this out. Oh, this one has a tripod mount. That's actually kind of nice. That looks all good. We're going to do the peel off the front here. There you go. Has a microphone. It's a $25 webcam. I don't expect too much. Made in China. We'll see how this works later. Anyway, fun stuff. Alright, another delivery has arrived. This potentially is something that I have already bought a replacement for, because this took too long to get here. So we'll see what this is. Yes, this is indeed the HDMI adapter that I have already been and ordered a replacement for. Let's have a look here. So this one is on USB-C, so that's interesting. Well, I guess we'll see how well this works. This could be useful on my phone or something as well. Well, we'll have a work around with this. We'll play with it another time, but it is basically a cheap Chinese HDMI capture card. So, handy stuff. We'll see what it does. Anyway, on to the next one. Alright, we have another donation right as the air conditioner started. These are all fans that have been donated. I think they're 12 volt. We'll have a look. Where's the rear end of these? So they're all stacked. Let's see if I can rip this bit of foam out. These appear to be 240 volt ones. Okay, these are 240 volt fans. These are a little bit more interesting. That's going to be fun. The 12 volt fans would have been useful. 240 volt ones are less useful to me. But I still will probably find a use for these at some point. But yes, 12 volt fans never go astray. So they will be good. These will probably sit in the shed for a bit till I find a use for them. Anyway, let's move on. Alright, some more stuff in the deliveries. We have some spray pack stain and varnish. Some decking screws. We're going to be working with wood soon. Well, channel supporter Alan dropped in, also known as Fat Ninja, with a few donations. Which I'm probably going to have to call him about these, because I'm not sure he realizes I'm pretty sure these are actually 1 ounce silver coins. So there's actually like a reasonable amount of money here. These are like the commemorative Coca-Cola coins. These go for about 20 bucks a piece on eBay at the moment, but if they're a 1 ounce silver coin, the silver buyers might pay just a little bit more for them. I don't know. But yes, I will be certainly just checking with him before I do anything with these, because they're it could be a considerable donation. He may not mind, but I best, just for due diligence, let him know what they're worth first before I sell them off. Anyway, there's also a laptop he gave me. So, I've got a functioning Acer laptop as well. Let's rotate around. What have we got here? This is an A515 51G 56V1. Manufactured in 2017. Might not actually be all that bad a laptop. We'll open this up and have a look at it later on. But yeah, not a bad donation. Thanks once again. Alan's, yeah, been OG supporter of the channel. Right, I've got one of these coins out real quickly. Thought I'd do a couple of quick tests. Firstly, it's got a very high-pitched ring to it. Not sure if we can hear it, but it sounds like silver. And across a magnet, it slides across slowly. You see it's trying to swing around the edge of the magnet there. Silver is diamagnetic. So that could very well be real silver. I don't know, I'll have to talk to Alan and just make sure he's absolutely sure that he wanted to give these to me. Alright. Alright, so I was wise to be suspicious about these. I took them into somebody I know today that has an X-ray fluorescence machine, and yeah, for a start, these would be like a 2-ounce coin if they were silver. They looked a little bit big. These are predominantly copper. That's what these come up with in the XRF machine. So they're nice little collectibles. But yeah, that would be in keeping with them giving them away in great quantities. So interesting things to have. They sell for about 20 bucks a pop on eBay at the moment. So don't know if we'd sell them or not. Well, I guess we'll hang around and look at them, and they'll be pretty. But yes, I did sell a bit of scrap silver that was given to me by a mate that repaid a favour, and some other stuff that I had kicking around. Still got a little bit of silver left to make a couple of things for my wife, but the cash was much needed at the moment. Partly because one of the projects we're working on at the moment is I'm bringing my web host back home. Now that I've got gigabit internet, I'm gonna host my website from here instead of paying hosts that are getting progressively less reliable, and that are hosted in places like the USA. That's going to become somewhat more problematic soon, but we'll discuss that in a different video. This is Donations and Deliveries, so we'll see you in the next clip. Alright, well, that's Donations and Deliveries done for the month. We'll see you next month. Hope it was fun.